Hey everybody, it's time to swing with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. And today, family, we got my girl Kendra G up. As always, family, you know I ain't seen much of this, maybe 15, 25 seconds of it. Look, she on the same planet with us. She looking for herself a man. Let's see if we can help her out, gentlemen.
Right. My name is Sarita.
Sarita, where you calling me
hmm
from, love?
I'm calling from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Riley, how old are you?
I am 42.
42. What do you do for a living?
I have. I'm a little baby hustler, so full time I work for United Healthcare.
You work for
Part
United Health.
time,
Okay, United
hmm
Healthcare.
I have a
We have
mobile
these two.
bartending business,
Okay, so you
and
work
I
for United
bartend.
Healthcare, and you also do what else, honey?
I bartend.
Bartend.
hmm
Okay. What's your zodiac sign, Sarita?
I'm a Pisces. I got it
Pisces.
right here.
Oh, spicy. So we got
She's
Sarita, Raleigh, North Carolina, 42. Pisces. She works for United Healthcare, bartender. You have any children?
mhm. Four.
Four kids. How old are your four kids?
They are 22, 22, 18, and 10.
You have two 22-year-old children?
Yeah, I have a set of identical twins.
Oh, okay, so
My
twins.
firstborn,
All right, so 22, and what are the other two ages?
22, 18, and 10.
10. All by the same man?
No, all three different daddies.
All three different daddies. You never been
hmm
married?
Never been married.
Okay, you never been married. All right, so we got Sarita, Raleigh, North Carolina, 42 Pisces, United Healthcare she works for. She also bartends. Mom to four kids by three men. Why did you never get married?
I was engaged a couple times.
Well, why didn't it go to marriage?
So the first time, I just felt like we went different ways. I feel like my daughter's father at the time, like he kind of like stopped believing in God. So that kind of didn't work for me. Like no matter what, like you can't stop believing in God.
Which father was this? The
It
18-year-old?
was it was like my second child's father.
Okay. So he
The
stopped
18
believing.
year olds. The
That's the one
18
that
year
she was
olds.
engaged to,
Yeah, the second and the third.
the second and third. And the third one, why didn't y'all get married? That's the 10-year-old dad, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't that
Um,
one work?
I feel like we had different directions as far as lack of ambition
Okay.
and goals and growth.
First thoughts, family. Not a bad looking lady. Nice looking lady. No, she 42. She got four kids, three baby daddies. You already know I'm out. I don't know why y'all keep telling us about y'all engaged. You know, when you engaged, you know what you are. You still his girlfriend. That's all. Don't nothing change. You still just his girlfriend. You just got a ring. All right, that's all that means. And listen, I'm listening to her. She not from North Carolina. She from up this end somewhere, Baltimore. And if she ain't from Baltimore, she close to it. All right, she up from up this end. But I know I don't speak for all the brothers.
Okay.
You know, and yeah.
All right. So we got Sarita, Raleigh, North Carolina, 42 Pisces, works for United Healthcare, also bartends. Mom of four kids by three men. What kind of man you
hmm
looking for?
So I really need like the best of both worlds, right? Because even though I live in Raleigh, um, I was born and raised in Baltimore, and so I feel like because of my background, like I need a man that can be a provider.
I know it, bro. I know it. That accent, you can't miss our accent, bro.
You know, and but also like I like Southern men because they are family men. They're kind. They have a different dynamic than the men I'm used to. So I kind of need like a mixture of both. You know, I love the Lord. I plant plants and I smoke weed. You know, I need someone that can understand the balance.
She needs somebody that can understand the balance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, excuse me. What are your deal breakers?
Who? Everyone says liar, but I say it even more because
You see how they pick a fine time that need all of that stuff? Baby girl, you do know you 42 years old, 4 kids deep into life. You ain't getting nothing this year that you ain't got in the last 42 years. So why you coming on here asking for all this stuff that you know you ain't getting? Why you wasting your time? Ain't nobody looking to come and provide for you. At 42 years old with 4 kids, if ain't nobody already providing for you, guess what? Ain't no damn body gonna start.
I can pick up on liars very well. I'm street smart and book smart. Um, not having some type of faith. I'm a Christian, but I've dated a Muslim man, right? And even though I may be a Christian and you may,
Baby girl, if you so smart, street smart and book smart, why you got 4 kids and never had a husband? That's too damn many kids not to ever been nobody wife. You can't think that smart. You can't get up here and tell us how smart you are and then tell us about your life and the decisions you make, because they ain't the decisions of a smart one. You look like you got all the decision making of a reckless woman. A woman who not aware of her situation from the way she talking. You need to get a clue, baby girl. You really do. You 42 years old. I don't like your chances of getting one. All right? Because at 42 years old, fellas, you know what it is. She too old to grow up. She's still stuck in this nonsense. Baby girl, the men in your age group, they outgrew you. If you can't find a way to catch up, and I don't see that happening, you left. You're a member of the permanently left.
be Muslim. Like as long as you respect your faith and my faith, like, but you gotta have something. Can't have nothing. A person that's a provider, but also likes to have fun and can go out to a bar and shoot a game of pool with me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I have preferences. So my preference is like brown to crunchy black.
What did you say? Wait, tell me the preference again.
Brown to country black.
Brown to
like
country
crunchy black.
Okay, brown to country black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, crunchy black. You know Crunchy Black from 3-6 Mafia? Crunchy Black.
What's his name? Country Black? No, right?
Crunchy Black. Yeah, 3-6 Mafia. He's a older rapper, but he's really dark skinned.
I mean, you know, she don't seem malicious. You know what I mean? She ain't, baby girl. You're the example, right? You get up here. You're 42 years old, right? And these young ladies, they see you. They see you get up here, and they see you put on this face, right? But I can see what you're going through. You know, I can see the help, but they not seasoned like me. They only listen to what you say. They listen to what you say and they think you okay. They think you all right because that's what you said. You need to get on here and give them some game. You need to get on here and give them some game because it's over for you. Won't you help them out? Make sure they don't get to where you at right now, this space in your life. You're 42 years old. You got 4 kids. You got 3 baby daddies. That's 3 different men that tried to believe in you. 3 different men that tried to believe in you that we know of, and we know there have been more. At 42 years old, you're not a bad looking woman. You got 4 kids, so some men was trying to spend some time with you. They got to know you and couldn't do it with you. At 42 years old, you think I could believe in this? With 4 kids and all these men that done tried already? You should get on here and tell these young girls what they up against when they live like you've been living. But you can't do it. You gotta keep putting this face on and trying to act like you can get up here and call shots to some men who you know ain't paying you no mind.
Really, really, really dark.
And his name is Country Black?
Crunchy. See? Crunchy, like a chicken wing, crunchy.
Okay. Learning something new over here. Okay. Country Black. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
So listen, I like working men and people with legal activities. So I would say at least like 70,000 and above. You know, we can grind together.
That's what she like now. That's what she like now. $70,000. Baby girl, let me let you in on something. A man making $70,000 a year out here, he having it his way. He's an elite man. $70,000, it ain't a lot of money, but it's more than most men make. If he making $70,000 a year, you think he looking for some chick who 42 years old with 4 kids from 3 different men to come and kick it with? Why do you gotta believe that nonsense? Some chick to help provide for her. You really believe that? You want to be provided for, you got to come back 20 years ago. You can't find a way to come back 20 years ago, girl. You dreaming, and you better wake up. All right? The alarm's going off. I know you already know. You on the Kendra G show. And instead of bossing up, you should get up here and be real humble. Don't start telling us what you want and all of this. Tell us what you got to offer. Tell us why a man should take this bad deal. You get up here and start telling us what you want. We don't care. That's how you got to the Kendra G show. We don't care what you want. Tell us what you got. We listening.
At least 70K and above. And what was the age range you want to date?
38 to 52.
38 to 52. All right. Let's do the Kendra camp.
Okay. I'm a little itty bitty. I'm only 5 feet tall.
Okay. Oh, okay. Woo! Turn around on her. Woo! Sarita, what was your last relationship?
It was.
Baby girl, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's okay, but that's not the problem. That's not the problem. Jesus. Baby girl, come on now. Tell us what you got. Tell us what you got to offer the man who would take this bad deal. Tell us what you got.
It was about a year ago. It ended a year and a half ago, approximately.
All right, you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
About a month and a half ago.
Okay, a month and a half ago. Is that guy an option?
No.
No. You got some paid questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
G Hyundai said, so what?
Let me tell you how she came to the Kendra G show. Like that. She had random sex with men, but she can't get nobody to be serious about it. And instead of getting on here and asking for that, for a man to be serious about it, she'd come on here and start making all these demands. Instead of coming on here and just asking for a man that would be serious about her and accepting of her situation, she come on here and make demands. Can't tell you nothing she good for. I can tell you what she good for. She good for begging. Trust me. all right, and getting on your goddamn nerves. Look, listen to her. She can't tell you nothing she got, only what she want. I'm so tired of that.
What type of example do you think that you're setting for your kids, being that you never require marriage from their dads?
So I'll give you a rundown since you want to be nosy. My first, my twins, it really was just like a fling coincidence. It's a whole long story. Revenge sex, and I got pregnant. I never really believed in abortion, so I kept my kids, and that's how that went. First time, right?
So your twins, you
Hmm.
were in a relationship and you cheated with the twins' fathers and got pregnant?
No, what had happened was I was, in a relationship with one man, and he had like kind of like hurt my feelings. I was like 18 years old, right? He hurt my feelings. He had a kid and like just like some whole little Christmas shit. He ain't called me on Christmas. So I decided to go, have some fun, And I met a very nice guy and he took me shopping and we smoked a whole lot of weed and drank a whole lot of Hennessy for like a whole week and I got pregnant.
Baby girl, you chicks with all these stories. He ain't asked you for all these stories. You did everything but answer the question. These stories, y'all got more stories than some dude on his way to jail. I swear. Y'all just got all these stories all the time. We don't care. We don't care. Y'all so boring, man. With all these stories, y'all put somebody to sleep. You think they make you look better? They don't make you look better. You got 4 kids and you ain't married, never been married by 3 different men. None of them men married you. None of them. Something always happened. Walking accident.
So that's what I said. You were with another guy and then you met the twins' father and you ended up getting pregnant by the twins' father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we were never in a relationship. I would never be in a relationship with him. Like, that really was some freak shit at that moment. I met him. It was like a week later. But we had a good time. I was 18 and I, was in my feelings. But fast forward, my daughter's father, we were friends for 2-3 years before we got in a relationship. He was like a stepdad to my twins. So it's like a whole, like, don't get it twisted. I only had like 3 major relationships and not a whole lot of people around my kids. So that's how that went.
Okay.
My second.
I don't know what you think you just said, but you ain't just say nothing. Nothing. You just bored us to death. All right? You still got 4 kids at the end of all of these stories and you never been married. To none of them. All right? What you think these explanations supposed to do? You think they make you look better? They don't make you look better. They don't.
Daughter's father passed away from kidney disease. And my son's father, my 10-year-old's father, he's still in my life. He got a whole wife. He live on the other side of town. My oldest kids still love him. We good.
So the 10-year-old dad married somebody else.
Yes, and I'm glad he did. We were engaged. He is with who he is supposed to be with. She is a wonderful, lovely woman.
Okay.
And I love his wife. And yeah, I'm glad I dodged that bullet.
So Sarita, do you want to get married?
You see how she had to throw a shot at him? I wouldn't be surprised if he's still tapping her. All right. I wouldn't be surprised if that's who it was the month and a half ago. I wouldn't be. Not at all. All right. Because, bro, don't nobody want this. That's how she got to the Kendra G show. Man, ain't nobody going for this. She can't grow up, man. She can't get serious. All right. In her situation, she gotta act like it don't exist. All right. She gotta act like it don't exist because all her life she been told her situation don't matter. The only thing that should matter is your situation and what she want. Her situation, you shouldn't pay that no mind.
Is that a goal for yours?
I do eventually to the right person.
Okay. All right.
That's the goal.
Okay. Let me see. KA said, the Bible says you can't be lukewarm. What do you say to people who think you shouldn't smoke weed and believe in God? Also, have you been on the show before?
I've never been on the show before. And like everybody's saying, your sin is your sin. And my sin is my sin. I got to answer to God when I get there. And you got to answer to God when you get there. I don't think he's going to be worried about me smoking weed considering all the other like things I've done in the world that are positive to help people. I don't think he's going to feel no type of way. So
your community service is going to outweigh your
No, God is a forgiving God.
Okay.
Period.
Britt B. Danity said, I'm from Baltimore as well, West to be exact. Why did you say since you're from Baltimore, then you need a man to provide? Just curious.
So what I'm saying is that dynamic of men from Virginia and above, especially the further north you get, New Jersey and New York, it just gets worse as you travel up the coast, right? Southern men still like dudes down south still have like a different type of respect, a different type of calm for women generally than northern men do. How many providing, married, kind men do you have in your family from Baltimore?
I'm from Baltimore, and I provide for all my women. I don't know what the hell you talking about. You got life and bullcrap mixed up. Hey, she in North Carolina trying to call y'all slow. Hey, my boys, y'all hear that? All right, listen, let me tell you something. I got some North Carolina hitters. Girl, listen, you ain't away with this. You ain't away with this. They ain't messing with you down there. You talking about them southern gentlemen ain't messing with you either. All right, listen. We smell a loser. Girl, get on about your business. And I get upset sometimes, fellas, because she leading the next generation. Yo, them ratchet chicks get on here and watch her, and she just reinforced their thinking. All right, that you can't get humble so you can get your life right. You still gotta come on here acting like you know what I'm saying. You something special and you something nobody ain't never seen before, and men need to recognize and come pay for it. And girl, no, you don't have nothing to offer a man, baby girl, nothing. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging. We're still swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. And today, family, we moving it right along, family. We got my girl Kendra G up. As always, family, you know I ain't seen much of this, maybe 15, 25 seconds of it. She on the same planet with us. She looking for herself a man. Let's see if we can help her out, family.
Rihanna, where you calling me from?
I am calling from Detroit, Michigan.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
31. What you do for a living?
I am a dental assistant.
Dental assistant. You have any kids?
I do. I have two.
2 kids. How old are your 2 kids?
10 and 7.
10 and 7. Both by the same man?
No.
No. Okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay. You got pretty skin.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to it. Brianna, Detroit, 31, Virgo, dental assistant, mom of 2 kids, by 2 men, never married. What kind of man you look?
First off, family, Nice looking lady, not bad looking lady. Um, 31, 2 kids, 2 baby daddies. You know I'm out right there. But you know, I don't know. I'm getting a little vibe from her. You know what I'm saying? Like she a little pushy and like real matter of fact. And I don't know, but I could be wrong. You know, and I know I don't speak for all the brothers. So let's just see what she talking about.
Looking for a girl.
For one, I want a leader. Like literally, I want a man who can lead me. I want somebody that I can submit to. I want somebody who wants to provide, wants to be the husband that my grandma used to have. Period.
Okay. Were your children's dad's options?
Maybe if you was the wife that your grandma used to be, somebody would notice. You got 2 kids by 2 men. You ain't never been nobody wife. Why you think somebody wanna make you their wife now? Or did you ever think about that? Maybe you think it. Maybe you think it's just about what you want. Because I know you never thought about what he want. Because he need to just want whatever you want, right? Of course he does. But you offering.
Um, yes. One of them, my second one was because you never make the same mistake twice. At least you're not supposed to. My second one was, but he was killed in 2018.
Aw.
So,
Okay. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Okay. So your second baby daddy you was gonna marry and all that, but he unfortunately passed away.
unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So okay. So you want a man like your granddaddy.
I mean, that was just kind of like a, metaphor, not necessarily saying like my granddaddy, because I'm seeing the comments talking about it, but am I like my grandma? Like that was don't take it too technical. It literally was just like to give a, idea of what I'm saying, like an old school love, the old 80s love, the what we got out of the generation that was before
Well,
us.
I gotta say this. That is a fair assessment though, because that is true. Like women will say, I want a man like my grandfather.
You feel me? And she quick. They ain't they quick with that submissive. She looking for somebody she could be submissive to. Look at her. She bossing up. All right. She ready to smack somebody. She don't know what submissive is. She couldn't tell you what that means. She ain't gonna submit to nobody. She unleadable. It ain't no leading her. She thinks submission means she do it if she feel like it. But no, she ain't gonna never think you should just do it if you feel like it. She think that's the option she get instead of the option you get.
But you could be the complete opposite of your grandmother. Like I
Oh
actually
yeah.
have, and what made me think of that, I have a cousin
Hmm.
who we have. Well, her grandparents have been married. God, I think like 60 something years. Like it's my aunt and uncle, her grandparents, and
Yeah.
she's like, I want a man like my granddaddy. And I'm like, well, you not like Annie Lane. Annie Lane wasn't chasing dreams and career. She was chasing a family. And that's what she created. And she got with a man she created a family with. So that
Yeah.
is a true statement because I think a lot of people want what grandma must have, but you should
Hmm.
think, what's the difference between me and grandma? And
Right.
times are different. Let me tell you also,
Times are
when you're
definitely different.
yeah, because see, listen, my show was a gift and a curse. Like,
Mhm.
you know,
Grandma was practical. All right. Grandma didn't meet granddaddy with all these dudes' kids with her. And the ones that did have somebody kid with her was practical. She wasn't coming trying to call no goddamn shots to him and tell him how it was going to go. She knew that wasn't going to work. She was smart enough to know that wasn't going to work. She knew when to shut her mouth.
grandma, they didn't have dating apps and social media. They picked who was in their face. You pick from
They
your
pick who was
city.
at church.
Okay, here's the options. They pick someone at church, someone
How about they knew they needed a man? How about they knew that's why God put them here? How about they knew they needed a man? They got their ass as a man. He ain't had to be rich. He ain't had to be the most handsome and sexiest man on the planet. He had to work for her. See, grandma was practical, not unreasonable. She ain't have astronomical demands of her man, knowing he worked at Walmart. She knew a dude that worked at Walmart was better than no dude working nowhere.
From the high school, or if they went to college, or if they had a cousin down south and went down south and met somebody, and that's what it was.
Right.
Now dating is like a buffet. Everyone, like, you're on social media, and now you feel like you live in Detroit, but what if a man from Atlanta reaches out to you? So now you talking to this man in Atlanta that you think you might have a chance with, and then if it don't work out, then a man in Houston. But really, here's the reality: if you want to just date, yes, there's plenty of options to just date. Husband, wife, I don't think anybody has 10,000 options for a husband and wife.
Right.
I think that pool is a lot smaller if that's what you're really seeking.
Oh, well, that's what I'm really seeking.
Okay, well, let's continue. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers are liars, manipulators, people who are not
Find time to really be seeking that. Now she's seeking that now.
family oriented, someone who does not believe in God. That should have been the first thing that I said, actually. A man who cannot or doesn't have the desire to provide or get up and go to work every day, or, be something other than somebody in the streets. Um, really, if you're just not a man of substance, you're just not my type.
Okay. So you look a certain way.
Now, I'm not a shallow person, but I do think that you got to be attractive. I'm gonna keep it real. You have to have either sex appeal or something about you that
Let me tell you something, family. Yeah, you got the right idea. She skipped right over the fact that she got three people. She's showing up to bring three people to your into your space, and she gonna tell you how you gotta look, how much money you got. She completely unaware of her situation. Women been telling her all her life her situation don't matter. The only situation that matters is yours. Just have what she want. She 31 with two kids. She ain't got what she wanted yet. She ain't gonna get it. Because you see what she up here asking for? She got all of these demands. But she can't tell you nothing about what she provide. What you gonna get? You're gonna get some tatted up baby mama approaching middle age. She 31, she be middle aged next year. She be into middle age next year. She ain't gonna get married before then, I bet you. She ain't even got a boyfriend. All right, she got somebody spanking her. That's it. That's as much as he want from her. That's because let me explain something to you, baby girl. We can't take you serious. You think we could take this serious? You coming in here bossing up like you telling men something, and you telling them what you expect, and you telling them what you want. How you think you made it to the Kendra G show? We don't give a damn. That's why. We don't care that that's what you want. We know that's what you want. We said no. We said no. We said go get them dudes that gave you them kids and tell them to take care of them. You ain't showing up to bring three people into my space. You lost your mind. You can never bring three people into my space. You can never violate my space like that. All right? Take them back to them dudes who gave them to you.
I can look at every day.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
No, but you better be making some.
I want to respond to another comment real quick. They said men don't court anymore. Well, men don't court anymore because guess what? They don't have to. And that's, ladies, that falls on
You see how they just skip over their behavior? Who's supposed to be courting this? Who's supposed to be taking this serious? They think she's supposed to be courted, fellas. They think we some damn fools. That's what they think. They think we some bleeding idiots. They think we will be courting her instead of doing what we do with her. All right, spanking her and thanking her. That's all she get. That's all she get. Look at this woman stand in front. How you think she got to the Kendra G show? How you think she got to the Kendra G show? This girl crazy. Instead of coming on here and telling us what she the kind of woman that we could expect to get for the man who would be willing to take three people into their space and this terrible deal and allow her to violate his space like this. This all that she bringing to balance that out. She don't got none of that. All right. She got a lopsided sheet. And let me tell you something. Her side ain't got nothing on it. Nothing at all. She gonna bring her and two more mouths for you to feed and that big mouth that she can't close.
The ladies, us, because what happens is when women started lowering their standards, they diluted the value of vagina. So now, why does a man have to court when he can have a child without being your husband? He can have a child with you without being your man. He could not even give you a title and get all the benefits of a wife. So men.
Look at this woman in front of us, fam. She talking like a man's supposed to take her serious. That's how they on here talking. After just hearing how she spoke, listening to her, tell you about what she want and what she expect and how he need to look and what he can't be. She ain't tell you about nothing about what she gonna bring, what you gonna get for being this hell of a dude, except her, that attitude, and three kids. Three kids that don't belong to you. I mean, two kids. Two kids that don't belong to you. They belong to some other dudes who ain't paying them no mind and ain't paying her no mind. The next man need to marry her. Girl, you dreaming. You dreaming. You keep dreaming.
Have stopped courting because it hasn't become necessary to get women anymore. And if women change that, then potentially men will change. But
I agree with that. I agree with that because I can say in like previous situationships, you know, once a man gets comfortable, well, first of all, before you give a man anything, they're ready to flip in hoops, you know what I'm saying, to get what they want. Once you actually give them what they want, then of course that's when they fall back, that's when they're comfortable, that's when the food stops, the you know, the date stops, the good morning.
That don't tell you something. That don't tell you something. Let me tell you what that means, baby girl. That means men can't get serious about you. They can't see nothing with you. They get serious enough to sleep with you. They don't see nothing with you. They just like what they see and they want to sleep with you. That's different from rocking with you. That's not the same thing. How many times a guy gotta do that to you before you realize they don't want nothing with you? This ain't you not what they want. That situation you got, baby girl, is not ideal for most men. No matter how many women tell you it don't matter. No matter how many women tell you it don't matter. No matter how many simps that couldn't pay for school lunch tell you it don't matter. I'm here to tell you it's gonna matter. That situation, it registered a men whether they wanted to or not, how serious it is. Because they really got to go in their pockets. That's really an expectation of them. They gonna have to pay it some mind. They ain't gonna be able to not pay it no mind just because that's what you did.
text messages, but that's clearly the men of red flags. But yeah, that is how it goes, unfortunately. Like once you give too much, men feel as if they don't have to court anymore, or they're comfortable. I don't know. I can't speak for men because I'm not a man, but this generation, that's just how it's been going.
And then yeah. I mean, we can speak about this for a minute, but I'll stay focused. Okay, no money requirement. You said.
Oh, I said they have to have some.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Kim.
Uh-oh.
Cause Lord knows you can't show up like both of her broke ass baby daddies.
I'm just chilling at home.
And rest in peace to I forgot one of them. She said, passed away. He got slayed. You know what I'm saying? But where I'm from, that don't happen to you for being a good guy. And I ain't saying that, you know what I mean? Just forget I even brought that up. Forget I brought that up, fellas.
So don't,
Okay.
not too much on me, okay?
You look small.
I'll be in the gym.
Okay, she be in the gym. All right, Brianna, what was your last relationship?
Lord mama, that ain't the problem. That ain't why you on the Kendra G show. That right there ain't why you on the Kendra G show. You on the Kendra G show because that right there ain't enough. That's how you got on the Kendra G show. It ain't enough. And it ain't never gonna be. The sooner you realize that, I think the quicker you will get you some sense.
Relationship.
Uh, Before Thanksgiving.
Okay. Look, there's so much on my heart. I'm just gonna share. Now, I have a private group, and in the private group, we have men, and there are men who like to court. It goes back to the courting, but also what happens? It's expensive,
Yo, I ain't about to listen to nothing about her being courted, fellas. Look, I mean, you can go to Kendra G if you want to hear about her being courted. All right, she a no for me, fellas. What you think? All right, look, if you want to court her and waste your money like that, I ain't gonna help you out. Okay, everybody, we back swinging with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. And Day family, we moving it right along. We got my girl Ask Ashley. All right, look, Ask Ashley got a young lady. She up trying to figure out how to get the man she looking for. So look, fellas, let's see if we can help her out.
I'll save. Okay. Hi.
Hi, welcome in.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes, I do.
All right, what brings you up tonight?
Yes, so I wanted some dating advice. So
Okay.
I'm not looking for like a serious relationship right now. I'm 26. I was engaged before.
Mhm.
And I've been single for 2 years, and I've been dating. My last relationship, he was a provider. He was in tech, so he made off very well. He took care of me. That was like my best friend. He was very loving. We had great memories together. We accomplished a lot together.
Mhm.
And what ended it was I needed to focus on my business. He wanted more time for him, us together, but I needed more time for me to focus on my business.
Wait, so you ended the relationship just to focus on your business? I don't know.
I didn't end it because of that,
Mhm.
but he was
First thoughts, family. Nice looking lady. Nice looking lady. She telling a damn lie. That's why it sounds ridiculous because she made it up. She made all of this up. All right. Never failed. We can't. Let's just listen, fellas.
requiring more time from me, and it was causing a strain in our relationship. there were arguments that were caused because he wanted more time, and I like, I love that he took care of me, he provided for me because I want that in a relationship. But at the end of the day, I got to take care of myself. I got to make sure I have money set aside and make sure I'm good, and I have my own passions that I want to pursue.
But was he planning?
I got a house I want to sell you in Texas if you believe that. Cash at me 10,000 on the screen. No, it's half off. 5,000. It's a $2 million mansion in Texas. Which one of them? Houston. Houston, it's in Houston. Ain't that where the players at right now? Yeah, they're in Houston. All right, yeah. I'll let my boy, yeah. Just cash at me $5,000. I'm gonna mail it to you.
To marry you? Was it leading to that?
It was, but I also realized in that I love to cook and clean and do all of that, the homemaking. I love it. It's just that running a business and being in a relationship, it takes a lot of energy out of me. And
You chicks with all these stories, man. I swear, you got more stories than some dude sitting in the penitentiary. You do. Jesus, you just call and waste everybody time like this. Just made that shit up. Girl, please. All right, we looking at you. All right, you wish. She dreamed this. She dreamed this. All right, she put that thing in her nose and she went crazy.
I want to be able to establish myself more. And within these past 2 years, it's been great. I've gotten to learn myself, love myself 1,000 times over. The only thing is with dating, I've been attracting very affluent men. It's just that they don't mentally stimulate me. And it's either that or I'm not attracted to them physically. So it's been like a bump in the road because I do want companionship. So I'm open to dating. I'm just not looking for anything serious.
Where you're open to dating.
She think this the way to catch that guy. She think if she talk like she already got him and she got him running in and out, that'll make another one run up to you. No, that's not the way that go. We looking at you. We know we don't pay you no mind. You don't get paid no mind. That's why you up here. All right, men don't really pay you no mind like that. That's all in your head. That story right there. I'm sorry, baby girl. That's some BS. And you sitting up there listening to her instead of telling her, listen, if you gonna call here with that, look, we can't do this. That's what you should have told her. You should have told her either she gonna give us some kind of facts or she gonna go get the proof. Go get these dudes. Bring them back.
But you're not looking for anything serious.
Yes. Like if it leads to that, like if we build a great foundation with each other and that companionship goes on for a couple years, then I'm perfectly fine with that. But, right now in this space, I don't want a serious relationship, but I do want that companionship.
Okay, so it sounds like you want a guy. It low key, Nuru, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like a sugar daddy. That's what that sounds like. A companionship.
When I say companionship, I'm not saying intimately. Because
Yo, her boyfriend's broke and cute. They doing bad and they cute. That's her boyfriends. All right, that's it. She just one of them lying chicks that you can't believe nothing she said. She'll just open her mouth and start lying to you for nothing at all.
I feel like I want to reserve that for myself, but okay. I do know that men will approach, men will come around. It's just that I have requirements, that they're providers, and the men that have came into my life, they're absolutely providers and they invest in me. It's just that, I'm not in a space to give myself.
So the guys who are providing for you now that you have
Yeah, you know, all of these providers that she got just coming out with words. You know what I'm saying? She can't choose. She just got so many, and she just sick of it. You know, she got other stuff to do. She need to pursue her business. Man, she broke as hell. All right. Ain't nobody never provided a pair of drawers for her. I'm telling you, if it wasn't her daddy.
Come across, and you're saying you don't want to give yourself. You didn't give yourself when they were providing for you? That wasn't a requirement for them?
Say that again.
So the
I was
guys that you, yeah, the guys that you were with in the past, like just recently, right? Because you're saying you're attracting affluent men, but one, they're not mentally stimulating you, or two, they're not attractive, but they're willing to provide for you, right?
yes.
So they're not requiring anything physical because you're saying you don't want to do that. They're not requiring those things, although they're
No.
giving things to you.
No.
That's hard to believe. They don't want anything.
That's because it's a goddamn lie. She made all of this up. You know that, girl, and you sat there and listened to this. All right? She would have gave him any goddamn thing he wanted. He ain't want none of it. That's how that go. All right? Listen, bro, she one of them chicks, you can't believe nothing she say. Nothing. If she tell you it's raining, you gotta get up and go to the window. She probably lying. Yo, you see how she just called in and she thought she was making a good show of herself. All right, she ain't know she looked like a damn fool from the beginning. All right, we see you, baby girl. We know you don't got men like that coming out the woodworks. All right, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I know I ain't crazy. I mean, you all right. You good to go. All right, you cute. You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking that. All right. You know what I mean? But we gonna just leave it at that. And girl, what is with that thing in your nose? All right. And I know enough people told you you look crazy. She a rebel. She one of them people who demand that you believe this nonsense while you laughing at her. You know what I mean? And
Nothing.
I mean, like they insinuate it, but I always retract from it. Like I'm like,
Okay.
oh, okay, well, I'm not ready for that. Maybe down the line, and then they go with it.
Okay. Okay. So if providing is number one for you, which is
bro, there's some stuff she heard on the internet.
sounds like, why not date the guys who are just not that attractive? I think
Mm-hmm.
why not date that guy? I know he's not the
Because it's
super
like,
eye candy, but if he's groomed, he smells good, he has a haircut, he has
yeah,
money. You know what I mean? Like, okay, he
yeah.
may not be a looker, he may be a four in the face. I don't know. Why not date that guy?
I mean, it's not. I've considered it. It's just like I really want to enjoy that experience of having someone there, and I want that physical attraction there because if it leads into something, then I want to be able to look at my person.
You see how women entertain this lie? Ah man, we don't got time for this. All right. Look, she go run this on women because she don't be around no men. Don't no men come around her, bro. All right, they be around her long enough to take care of what they trying to get taken care of. All right, then they beat it. She run everybody away.
And say, okay, that attraction is there.
Mhm. Okay. I always think the rule, and I think this rule is as old as time, you want to be the good looking one in the relationship.
Mm,
So I think that's to your advantage. I'm not saying guys who aren't that good looking, who have money, don't cheat, don't do this, don't do that. But I
yeah.
think you would have the
You gotta understand, family. Listen, my life taught me only pretty girls know that. See, when she a really pretty girl, she knows she cute enough for both of y'all. It's that chick like that who the boys ignore her in high school. She's still chasing that dude that ignored her in high school. That cute boy. All right, that cute boy that was chasing Ashley. Ashley already realized back in high school he ain't the move. She still think he the move because she still can't get him. He the one that never talked to her. So she want all her boyfriends to be strikingly handsome because that will make her think she pretty. She don't care if he a loser. She don't care if she a loser as long as she can feel like she pretty. What you do is you get a man you look better than, and he gonna always think you pretty. You get a man who can't do better than you. That's the aim, baby girl. A man who can't do better than you. Because see, these guys you're describing, let me explain something to you, baby girl. They can do better than you. And when somebody can do better than you, they ain't gonna stop at you. I don't care if you don't like it. It ain't gonna change it. It's not. When a man see you and think he can do better than you, he gonna do better, go and do better than you. Whatever he think doing better than you is. All right? And doing better than you to him might not be doing better than you to you. He don't care what doing better than you to you is. He care what doing better than you to him is. So your reasons ain't gonna never matter to him when he don't want you.
Advantage because you look like the trophy. You look like the pretty one on his arm.
Yeah.
Versus being with a guy who has a six-pack, who has the money.
I have noticed the difference in the treatment between the two. Like,
let me explain something to you. A man that's hotter than you not gonna work for you. If I'm hotter than her, I ain't working for her. You tripping? She dreaming. She want this guy that look better than she. That's what she just said. All these hot guys come and work for her. Some chick who ain't that hot, who ain't hot. She cute, but she not hot. No. All right, we ain't even gonna start that. That's Ashley's job to lie to her. My job is to give her the facts. All right. And you're gonna get in front of some men and they just gonna think you the business. You gotta be okay with those men. Because you're gonna get in front of some men and they ain't even gonna see you, girl. They not. They not. I mean, you're gonna be standing right there, but they ain't gonna see you. Trust me.
the ones that know they're attractive, they're more arrogant. They're a lot more arrogant. So I get that. I do.
Yeah, I'm assuming, and if they have money too, oh honey, listen, they think they're God. Yeah. So I don't know. It sounds like you just want an attractive guy with money. You don't want a relationship, but if it potentially turns into
Baby girl, serious men ain't in a wasting their time. They not. They not. So they not gonna walk up to you and act like, you know what I'm saying, the world changed because they seen you lie to their self. They ain't got time for that. So you could get what you want. Because that's what had to happen. A man on that level and doing it like that, like you talking, he would have to lie to himself. That's what you waiting on. You wishing on a star. Get real, get you a man and get your butt out the game.
something, we'll see. But if you're already attracting affluent men, what about the other guy? You're just saying he's not mentally stimulating you. So that means he is attractive, he has money, he just doesn't mentally stimulate you. What about him?
Yeah, like the conversations need to be there, you know. We have to be able to discuss, you know, things beyond, okay, just how was your day? You know, I like intellectual conversations.
Bro, I'm entertaining this. That's my job. And that's what I do. But I would never listen to this. I wouldn't listen to none of this. All right, girl, I wouldn't listen to this from you. None of it. I would have been told you. That's why y'all need to talk to some men. Some men who would have been just told you cut that out. That is not your life because I'm looking at you. The kind of women who got a life like that, they don't look like you. You show up with this cockamamie bull crap of a story, and you just read us off this, and it's hard for me to be as nice as I want to be to you because you just wasted our time when you could have presented who you are. You could have presented who you are. I got some good, strong brothers watching. They looking for some good women. You ain't make a good show of yourself. You came here with that nonsense, that bull crap. All right? These dudes work hard. They ain't spending their money on bullshit.
Okay.
So yeah, I notice it's always either one or the other, and it's like,
Yeah, I'm like, it sounds like you really about your bag. That's what it's given. Like you.
I am.
Okay, so then if it's that, if it's the money, I think those other things shouldn't matter because it sounds like money is a priority. That's one on the list.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
You
I'm
know what?
asking. I'm not assuming.
You know what? I think the priority is she should stop lying. She should stop lying, get real with herself, accept who she is, and go get herself a man and get the hell out the way. All right? Jesus, baby girl. You need some help. And not Ashley. All right? Because you see how she entertained this. That's why you would show up and try this. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging with Still Swinging. And I'm your host, Thomas. And family, we moving it right along. We got my girl Kendra G up. As always, family, I ain't seen much of this, maybe 15, 25 seconds of it. Look, she on the same planet with us. She looking for herself a man. Let's see if we can help her out, gentlemen.
So, where are you calling me from?
The Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands. Okay. How old are you?
52.
Why you look good? 52. What you do for a living?
I'm a pharmacist, not a street pharmacist, a legit pharmacist.
Pharmacist. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
How many kids?
One.
How old's your child?
12.
12. Okay. You ever been married?
No, never been married.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
Sagittarius.
All right. So we got Renata, Netherlands, 52, Sagittarius, pharmacist, one child that's 12, never married. What kind of man you look?
First thoughts, nice looking lady, real nice looking lady, 52 years old, and she a nice looking lady, but I see, her mannerisms and the attitude she got. I seen it before, but I could be wrong. And guess what? I know I don't speak for all the brothers.
Looking for?
Um, an emotionally stable and an emotionally intelligent man.
Okay.
Who is not in debt, since I am not in debt, and who can live within his means. That's very important to me because we don't want to go into debt over crazy stuff. And what else? He should have a passport.
Okay. Okay. Should he live in the Netherlands?
Yes, but I'm well traveled, so that like that's not a problem. But it should be reciprocated.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Somebody who is emotionally not intelligent. Somebody who does.
She been watching the internet too. This emotionally intelligence, all of this reference to all of this. She 52 years old. All right. She still come up here with demands. All right. She got a 12-year-old son. She look like that and she's single. All right. She still thinks she gonna run some spoiled brat on you at 52 years old. She stuck there. She stuck back when men would do it. All right, because I'm looking at her, and I could tell you it was a time in her life when men would just do it. She ran them all away. Fellas, you looking at the same woman I'm looking at. We know she had plenty of chances. We know she just had another chance 12 years ago. A baby daddy or a husband, or I don't know
doesn't know how to pay child support, because that says if you do it to them, you will do it with them. If you do it with them, you will do it to them, and vice versa. What else? Somebody who's not self-sufficient.
Okay.
I don't look for like, because I sometimes I watch the lives, because we have a little bit of a time difference. So sometimes I watch the lives and I will hear women go like, yeah, we need 6 figures and we need this and we need that and we need no, we don't need 6 figures, we don't need 7 figures. We need somebody that if he makes 5 figures, that he can live within the 5 figures, and you know, and do whatever he needs to do within those, whatever it is he makes.
Okay.
Family, she ain't get the 52 look like that and alone and single because she reasonable and practical. We know that's not how life works. She had plenty of chances and plenty of men gave her a lot of things. Trust me.
So so 5 figures is fine enough for you.
Yeah, because you have to be yeah, realistic, because we don't need 6 figures, but then I have to go to the jail to visit you. I don't need like, that's what I said, because somebody can make
Okay, so the men she know who make 6 figures criminals. Basically is what she just said. If you make 6 figures, she gotta deal with you going to jail. All right, so I'm listening. I'm learning.
$100,000 a year, but if they spend 95, then they're still broke.
Brenda, come over here to preach on the show today.
Yeah. If there is one thing I can proudly say, that my biggest flex is that I don't have any student loans, and I
You see Kendra egging her on, talking to her like she's saying something. That's women for you. That's women for you. She ain't saying nothing. She ain't saying nothing a man will want to hear. Not nothing at all. She came on here looking for a man. She ain't said nothing yet. Nothing yet that a man could do nothing with. Nothing. She 52. She a single mom. She ain't said nothing she got to offer you. She always in the Netherlands. All right, which means y'all gonna be flying back and forth. She dreaming. She dreaming. She still got ambitions of being a cutie on duty, because that's what you're looking at. Cutie on duty. She old. All right, and she's still looking to try to get this attitude off.
I'm debt free. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't even have a credit card.
So you're very money minded. Like
No,
you
I
manage
am
your money
not.
well.
I'm not money minded. I am responsible with
I meant
money.
you manage your money very well. That's what I meant.
No, have you read the book Poor Dad Rich Dad?
I have. I'm giving
Yeah.
you a compliment. What I'm saying is
She don't care nothing about the compliment. She just disagreeable. She just disagreeable. She just not gonna agree with you. It need to be her way, exactly the way she said it. You seen her before, boys. She think people need to put up with her, and people keep showing that they don't. She just don't get it.
you're good with money.
I don't necessarily would qualify it as good with money, because the people around me, they are all like that. That's just responsible. It's being responsible, because like, yeah, like, we don't want to rank up, like, no, it just make no sense to me. It's
Fair
like eating
enough.
fruits and vegetables. It's normal.
Okay. Should the guy look a certain way?
Um, well, I am 5'2" on a good day if I had a lot of sleep, and I don't even weigh 110 lbs. That's pounds, your pounds. So it's very easy to be taller than me and bigger than me.
Okay. What about you already
You see how reasonable she is with all of that? Because she want to pat your pockets. All that stuff she talking. She want to pat your pockets. She don't care what he look like. She need him paying. It's hard out here. It's hard out here, fellas. And she 52 with this. She 52 with this. Can you imagine her 25 years ago? Striking woman. I'm telling you. Men was paying. Men was paying it. She stuck there. They ain't paying it no more.
Say you don't care about money. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. I have to. I have to. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, fellas. 25 years ago, you would listen to all of this.
Let me tuck in the because I was wearing a bodysuit that I. So how do I do that?
Just we gotta see your full body. Can we see your legs?
I'm skinny.
Oh, that's fine.
No. I am what you people would call.
Fellas, this what you call a professional. She a mountaineer. She came up here knowing how gentlemen expect a woman to look. You understand? She come up here and she know how gentlemen expect a woman to look at her age. She ain't come up here with her boobs busting out and try to tell you she on her way to some gym class like you would understand that. No, 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 no. She ain't come up here to have to make an excuse for herself. Her presentation is all that. She gonna catch herself something, fellas. Somebody ain't listening to me. All right? She gonna catch herself something. She know what she doing. All right, she know exactly what she doing. All right, she a pro. You watching a professional, fellas.
Petite. I have a six pack. I have. I have nobody. Like
Got you. We see you, girl.
like I'm healthy, but for American.
How you think she got single, fellas? How you think she 52 years old and don't got a prospect? She on the Kendra G show. She been hustling that all her life. That's what she been hustling. All right. And that 40, it was going wrong. She had to have a kid, or she was gonna miss that. She went on and did that. You feel me? And then dude was like, "What the hell did I do?" He took off running. She probably can't even find him. He don't come nowhere near her. But you see that presentation? She know what she doing. She a pro. These chicks you see jump up on here, they couldn't catch a cold. She can't. She know what she doing.
Standards, they would call me petite or skinny, but
Right, right. Okay, you look good. All right.
thank
When
you.
was your last relationship?
Uh, um, a long time ago, years, like almost a decade.
So you've
Yeah,
been single for 10 years.
yeah.
Why do you think you've been single for 10 years?
Because I don't like to waste my time, and I don't want to be. How do you say? Like like you don't have to better me, but on the same hand, I don't want to leave you worse than how you met me, if it makes sense. So if I see that somebody has like a lot of baggage that has nothing to do with me, that that has to be.
See, it ain't gonna never be her. Never. All right, it's gonna always be you. All right, whatever it is, I don't care what happened or what she done. It wasn't her fault. All right, it was yours.
Dealt with at the therapist office, or somebody just have issues, then it's just not for me, because I'm raising somebody. I'm raising a young soul.
Got you. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Over a decade
So you
ago.
haven't had sex in 10 years
Yeah.
either. Okay. Okay.
We don't do spiritual ties either. So like I'm.
I wouldn't believe much of that. I wouldn't believe much of that. But I know what she doing. All right, she know this the kind of stuff a gentleman would like to hear. I like to hear that. I just know game when I see game. You know what I'm saying? I recognize game. She playing. Listen, you don't get 52 that fine, and you single and not a prospect of a man unless you weigh too much. You weigh too much because many men done tried.
I take raising my son. I take that serious in a way that you don't want to introduce him to all sorts of people, and yeah, like at my big age, I'm 52. I don't know if I said that, but and I don't have any gray hairs. I don't dye my hair. I don't have a cortisol belly. I don't have a cortisol neck. We like to keep it that way. So yeah, you just avoid stress. And at my big age, other things, how do you say, it keeps me running. It makes me happy. And being stable and being stress free, that gets me more happy than, like any type of.
I couldn't have said that about the belly and the neck. I can't say that. See, she could come and say that. She could talk about overweight people like that.
Who,
I
oh,
understand. I got you.
eggplant. Let me say it like that.
Okay. So what are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
That I'm um that I'm how do you say that in English? That I'm self-sufficient. But self-sufficient, like also emotionally, like if I feel that you have done me wrong or something like that, like I can move on. I can self-soothe myself. I've done the.
She's self-sufficient because she mostly alone. You can't put up with her long. People can't put up with her long. People can't take her long, fellas. I'm telling you. I done seen her before.
Work, so I don't need to wait for your sorry for me to move on. But that sometimes can be perceived as cold.
Okay.
And
What are 2 more flaws?
That I'm sometimes stubborn. And another flaw is
you can bet that ain't no damn sometimes.
That I'm an ambivert, like I'm an introvert but an extrovert at the same time, and that sometimes I'm self aware that sometimes it can read different than what I meant. So sometimes I have to be more conscious of how I'm being received rather than what I'm actually.
Okay. Well, why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because God had a very good day when He made me. And I got
God
all
had
my
a very good day when He made her.
You ain't gonna get nothing. This 52-year-old lady with a kid that you need to take care of immediately. All right, because she ain't doing too good. I'm telling you right now. You see, she present well. She understand her market and who she targeted. All right, I'm telling you, if you go get her, fellas, look, you know you buying game. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas, and we moving it right along, family. We got my girl Kendra G up, and as always, family, I ain't seen much of this, maybe 15, 25 seconds of it. She on the same planet with us. She looking for herself a man. Let's see if we can help her out, fellas.
Kendra, hi, are you ready? Turn your TV down.
It's there. Hi.
Hi. You ready? Don't be too close. I gotta see your full face. Okay. There we go. What's your name, baby?
My name is Tessie.
Tessie, where are you calling me from?
Nevada.
Nevada. How old are you?
37.
37. What you do for What you do for a living?
I'm a realtor.
A realtor.
Mm-hmm.
Tessie, Nevada, 37, realtor. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have two.
How old are your two kids?
My son is 9 and my daughter is 12.
9 and 12, both by the same man?
Yes, of course.
Oh, so yes, of course. Unfortunately, that's not always the case on my show, but
No,
okay.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada. My apology. I thought I said that.
No, someone said Texas, Nevada.
Oh, okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
Okay. No. So, what do you, realtor? What's your zodiac sign?
I was born June 30th.
What is that? Is that a Leo or a Cap? That's a Cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer. All right. So we got Tessa, Nevada, 30.
Tessie with a Y.
Oh, Tessie. Tessie?
Mm-hmm.
Tessie, Nevada, 37, realtor, mom of 2 kids. She's a Cancer. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
First thoughts, family. Nice looking lady. Nice looking lady, 37 years old, 2 kids in Nevada. I don't know. She kind of, I don't know. She don't seem like I should trust her. I'm getting that you can't trust her vibe for some reason. I don't know. And you know them 2 kids, no. So, but I know I don't speak for all the brothers. Let's see what she talking about, fellas.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You don't know what kind of man you're looking for? You called me.
What should I say?
Okay, well, let's start here. What kind of man don't you want?
I don't want someone who's sassy, abusive, coarsen, and all those stuff. Yeah. I want someone who's gentle, kind, someone who's willing to learn and also teach kindly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Baby girl, why didn't you just get that from your baby daddy? You gave him 2 kids. Why didn't you take his last name and give him what he wanted so you could have been his wife? And y'all went on down the path of life. Why you coming out here with these demands of a man now? Huh? You think we care? You think that's how you made it to the Kendra G show? This gonna be a hard sell. You need to tell us what you got instead of telling us what you want.
So you don't know what kind of man you want. Okay. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
He should be taller than me. I'm 5'9", obviously, and not light skin, like light skin guys.
No light skin guys?
No, I'm already light enough for the both of us, so that's fine.
Say again.
I said I'm already.
Yeah, 5'5". Baby mama of 2. 37-year-old middle-aged lady. Gonna tell a light-skinned brother she don't like him with her light ass self. Now, if you ain't have all that going on with you, I wouldn't have said nothing. But you ain't aware of your situation. You're showing up with 3 people to bring into some man's space. Yeah, to take you and some kids in. I don't know where you got your manners, but where I learned that deserve a lot of goddamn respect. Here we got some chick in a condition she in and she choicey. She choosy. Don't nobody want that shit. You on the Kendra G show with it. And you think you're going to come on here and tell a man who would take this bad deal how it's going to go, how he need to look, what he need to have. Some chick who ain't got nothing to offer him. Tell us what you got. We listening. We listening because you a walking bad deal. You a walking deal breaker. So tell us what you got to make it a good deal.
Light enough for both of us. That's fine.
So you don't want a man lighter than you?
No.
No. Okay. No. Wow. They're gonna call you a colorist.
Well, that's their business. I don't care. I have a choice, don't I?
So was your baby daddy dark skinned too?
See, when you're a woman, you ain't gotta care about none of that because they get to just skip over their behavior. And you see how don't nobody really hold them accountable? The comments are just the women in the comments, bunch of women, they unruly. She can do whatever she want. But a man couldn't have got up here and said, I only want light-skinned women. I don't want no dark-skinned women. Don't bring no dark-skinned women up here. They would have tore into him. But you see how they just gloss over this? Terrible. But that's why their behavior get the way it is. That's why she think she can come on here and talk like this, and a man should still come and take her serious. Shouldn't come and play with her.
No, he wasn't.
So you have light skinned kids?
Yeah, my son is actually here. Come say hi.
Hi. Hi. So you want your next child to be darker than your son?
Yeah, if possible.
Okay. All right. What about, okay, so dark skinned men. Dark skinned men. Okay. What about who child? I don't even know how to go from there, but okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
At least 100K.
Ooh, child. Let's so Tessie, right? Okay, 100K. So if he made 75K, don't.
You know what? Y'all don't realize that that's the most requested man that never talk to y'all. That's the most requested man on the planet that don't none of y'all get. You don't think that mean nothing? That don't mean nothing, y'all. Just that don't mean nothing. He the most requested man in the world that never talk to y'all. That don't pay y'all no goddamn mind. He ain't gonna start. He ain't gonna start. He don't want no 37-year-old middle-aged baby mama or two. You know what I'm saying? Crawled out from under somebody bushes, thinking she cute, thinking she about to call some shots to some men, and we should take this serious. He should make 100 G's. He should be handsome. He shouldn't be light skinned, and he should be okay with a baby mama of two who about to bring 3 people into his face, and she not begging and thanking her lucky stars to whoever would be grateful and being grateful to whoever would take this hellified bad deal. You got dreams. You got big dreams. All right? Listen, in your 40s, they're going to turn more into nightmares on you.
Reach out to you.
No.
Someone said, how is that a colorist? Well, the reason, listen, when men say they only want light-skinned women and not dark-skinned women, they call them colorists. So that's kind of what she said, but it was the opposite. So people don't.
What did I just say? You know they would have. You already know that's how it would have went. They would have tore him up, and she'd still be tearing them up. She wouldn't have just skipped by that like she skipped by that with her.
Don't normally talk about it when your preference is dark skin, but it's just like when a man comes on the show and says, I only want a light-skinned girl, no dark-skinned girls, women in the comments start calling him a colorist. So it is what it is. We'll move forward.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what some people will call it. But either way, or they'll call it her preference. All right. So back to you. 100K, nothing less.
Yes. Yes.
They want to know, did your children's dads make 100K?
Yes. He made more.
Woo! Don't play with Said yes, he made more. Okay. All right, let's do the Kendra Cam, Tessie.
Where do I put my phone? Sorry. So look.
Women always bend the rules when it's a woman. They said, oh, it's her preference. Okay. You look good. You look good. They're saying, oh, Kendra, it's her preference. That's fine.
I mean, you know, baby girl, that's not bad, but that's not the problem. That's not the problem. That ain't how you got to the Kendra G show, because that's getting this done for you. You on the Kendra G show because that ain't getting it done for you. Because that's not the problem.
Just remember that when a man comes and he says the same thing. I don't want to hear y'all call him a colorist. I want y'all to use the same energy and say, Kendra, it's just his preference.
Thanks, cousins. It is my choice.
Right, it is her choice, and that's fair. But let's just keep that same energy when a man comes on my show and says the same thing, and I have no problem with it. Okay, so all the ladies, y'all always been the rules to y'all favor. I've been doing this show for 5 years, and every time it's a woman, it's different. But either way, okay, it's good. So we have established there's no colorist on my show ever again. It is simply a preference. Everybody's in agreement, right?
Amen.
Got it.
Yes.
Amen. Amen. Okay, here we go. Tessie, when was your last relationship?
2023.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
2023.
Okay. Are you waiting for your next man?
Yes, I'm waiting till marriage.
Oh, you're waiting till marriage.
Yes.
So you're not having sex again until you get married?
No.
Woo, you're like the woman that was on my show yesterday. So could he have kids?
I wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't believe that. But let's just take, for sake of argument, let's just say she is telling the truth. So ain't nobody doing that. She know ain't nobody doing that. All right, she 37 years old. She got 2 kids to some man she never married. And now she thinks somebody gonna wait for marriage to get some of what she got. Listen, she dreaming. All right, she dreaming. There's some chick who thinks she like that, and she not. She not.
Yes, I can have 1 or 2.
Okay, so she had a no kid policy, but like you, he has to make 100K, and like you, she's not having sex again until she gets married. So I want you to respond to this. What would you say to the man that will say, why do you expect him to wait for sex for marriage when your child's father didn't have to?
Well, it is my decision to wait till marriage, and if he's not willing or if he doesn't see the vision behind my decision, then we don't have to.
No, we can't see the vision behind your decision. That's why we're gonna let you wait till marriage. All right, we're gonna let you wait till marriage. You can trust that.
To be together.
If you don't see her vision, if you blind to the vision, if you blind to the vision. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now, what are 3 flaws you have to work on?
I'm working on myself. I'm working on being more relaxed with myself, and also focusing more, trying to manifest from within out. I'm also working on my patience. Yes, people say I'm very gentle, but in a tough situation where I have to like really, really stand up, because I'm very, very much of an alpha female, in a situation whereby I have to stand up for myself, I could find myself raging a lot. So I am
Bro, I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna be able to put up with her. Not for, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna go for this. None of this. All right, bro, she ain't cute enough to get none of this off. I'm telling you, you're gonna be running.
consciously walking in the right direction to always stay calm in every situation. Yeah.
Okay, you say you're constantly working to always stay strong. So that's a flaw.
It is a flaw for me. Yes.
Okay. What are 2 more flaws?
Well, the second the second one will be to, how do I put it, be more open, because I'm very guarded. I've been burned a lot, and I'm trying to work on being more open with people and not suspecting someone's action behind their action. Like, what are they trying to achieve and what are they doing this for? And just trust that they're just being a human being and accept it. And if it works out, fine. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't change me and it doesn't take anything away from me. Yes, that's another flaw. And the third one will be to make sure I stick to my routines.
What's your routine?
Gym.
Oh, that's it?
You know what to make of that? Word salad. Nothing. Nothing. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't working on herself. She just thinks she need to work on her scheming. That's all. How to get better at her scheming. She ain't trying to get better and be better. She think she just need to find the right person to run this on.
A lot more.
Oh, a lot more. Okay. So, it's Tessie, right?
Yes, Tessie. Tessy.
Oh, did I skip over the Kendra Cam?
No, you didn't.
Okay, we did. I can't remember. We did the Kendra Cam?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I gotta go back. I don't know how I missed that. I'm totally forgetting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do it again?
Of course.
All right, let's do it again. Oh yeah, we did do it. Okay. Oop, oop, oop. Okay, we did do it. I remember now we did it. All right, so Tessie, why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm very strong. I'm not, at the same time I'm nurturing. I can be so much in control, but in a good way, which means that when you're down, I can hold you up, and when I'm down, you can hold me up. And I would always make sure we're good, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
You ain't getting nothing. Some spoiled brat chick with an attitude the size of the size of a planet. All right, that's what you're gonna get. All right, some chick, well, you ain't about to tell nothing. All right, you ain't gonna tell her much. I'm telling you that right now. All right, girl, you got your hands full. You go get your hands on that. Okay, everybody, and we back swinging with Still Swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. And look, family, we moving it right along. Look, family, all right, y'all kept sending me this, and I was trying to avoid it because it's really pointless. You know what I'm saying? But listen, y'all keep sending it, so I know y'all want my take on it. So look, without further ado, family, look, Shannon Sharp having some problems right now. I don't try to speak on that brother issue. You know what I'm saying? Because no, I'm not doing that. No. All right. And she spoke on it. So I'm going to let her talk, fellas, and I'll tell you what I think.
Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp announced that he is temporarily walking away from ESPN due to the $50 million lawsuit he is going through with a 19-year-old OnlyFans girl who was accusing him of sexual assault. Now, he has already on record said that it was consensual sex. And here's the deal. I want to say this. I believe it was consensual sex. But that's not the point. It's not a good look to be in a sexual assault lawsuit with a 19-year-old white girl when you a big black man working for Walt Disney. Yes, ESPN is owned by Walt Disney. Nobody temporarily walks away from a multi-million-dollar job. But let me tell you why I'm irritated, because I tried to save Shannon Sharp. I tried to save her. Now, if you recall, I ran into Shannon Sharp at the NAACP Awards. I stopped him. I said, Shannon, I got 10,000 girls I could hook you up with. If you don't remember, take a look. I already know it. I got what you looking for. I got like 10,000 girls. He walked away. 7 seconds could have changed his whole life. All he gave me was 7 seconds. Shit, you should have sat your ass there and listened to me. Look at all these beautiful girls. Look at all these beautiful girls on the Kendra G singles dating app. You had access to in their 30s. I know you want them young, so I went to 30s. You can search by age, location, education, kids, all that on the Kendra G singles dating app. I know you got to type. This your type. I know you got to type. They are on the Kendra G singles dating app, but you walked away from me. Now you got to walk away from ESPN too. Next time you better listen when a black woman's trying to tell you something. I already know it. I got what you looking for. I got like 10,000 girls. Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp announced that he is temporarily walking away from ESPN due to the $50 million lawsuit he is going through with a 19-year-old OnlyFans girl who was accusing him of sexual assault. Now, he has already on record said that it was consensual sex. And here's the deal. I want to say this. I believe it was consensual.
All right. They playing that over again. Look, family. I hope that brother get through it. You know what I'm saying? And to what Kendra said, look, that's what I expect. I hope you don't think I expect nothing else. What you expected to say? Huh? Because we all know. No way some 30-year-old chick who got 3, 4, 5, none kids in her 30s from the Kendra G show wouldn't say somebody done something to her that was worth, who was a multi-millionaire, and was walking away from her and probably wasn't going to talk to her no more. Yeah, we know a sister would have never done nothing like that to her. We know ain't no way a sister would have done nothing like that to her. So listen, fellas, I ain't gonna get down in the mud with this. All right, I ain't gonna get all down in the weeds. I'm just gonna say, listen, I hope that brother worked that out. I'm praying for him. You feel me? And look, I ain't gonna speak on that situation. I'm just gonna say, listen, the man got the right to date who he wanna date. All right, she not underage. And what color she was don't have nothing to do with it. You feel me? Because I know you ain't gotta be no color to be scheming. You feel where I'm coming from, fellas? And that's all to that. So until next time, look, family, it don't take much to be nice. We all gotta live on this planet together, walking in and out of each other's space. Respect is important. Look, make sure you like the program, subscribe to the program, share the program if you will. Still swinging.